In this video we'll show how you can quickly configure a Viewbox to behave like a simple list control. And the example we're going to use is a list control that displays menu choices. This is a common use case for a list control, and the Viewbox represents a much lighter weight alternative. So let's go here and start out. We'll create a new Viewbox control over here, and then we'll go to the configure the Viewbox. We'll choose our data source, and we'll specify that the data source is data, not static HTML, and that we're going to use a static JSON data source, and we'll choose our sample data over here. We'll go here and we'll choose menu choices. So we have an array of data here, and you can see that each item in the array has an image which is a CSS icon. So let's go ahead now and click OK. Go to the Viewbox layout. We'll use the Genie mode here, and we'll just choose our data controls to appear on the actual Viewbox. We'll choose the menu name and the image, but we won't choose the action, so we'll go ahead there. Then let's move the image up and change the image control type from just a label to a CSS data bound image. So that basically says that the data in this field is actually a specification for a CSS icon. And then let's go here and wrap the template in a list row container over there. So we'll go ahead now. So if we look at our freeform template that got generated, we can see that we have a div that has a special item called underbar AA row. We currently don't have a value set, so let's go back now to the Genie and set the row value to be, say, action over there. So if we go look at our template right now, we can see that the action is whatever the value was in the action attribute in our array of JSON data. And then here's the CSS icon, and that's been wrapped automatically in the special helper function, which will interpret the syntax for our CSS icon. So this template was generated using this built-in function here, because we had set its control type here to a CSS icon / data bound. So now let's go over to items over there, and there's the system item, and let's go here and just type in an on-click event, and we'll say alert you clicked on, and then the value that the user clicked on is going to be V, which is the value that was set by the A5-value attribute in the template. So let's go ahead now and then run this. So we'll just save this, and we'll just call it demo list. And then because we're using CSS, the Font Awesome icon library, we're being told that we need to specify that in our UX component. So we'll go ahead there and click OK. And now when we run the component, we can see there's our list over there, and it looks just like the list that we would have created using the list control, but the actual JavaScript behind this is much lighter weight, and so it'll load faster, and it'll tax the DOM much more lightly. So it's a very efficient way of producing a list control. So now let's go here and put this list in, say, a panel card, and make it scrollable. So we'll go there and put a panel card around it. We'll go to the Viewbox and we'll say fill container, and then we'll also go here and choose a style sheet that's more appropriate for a mobile app, and then go ahead and run it now. And we can see now that, let's also turn on mobile preview. So we'll go there and turn on mobile preview. So there's our list in the mobile preview, but you can see that we can't scroll it. And let's go back now and fix that. So we'll go back to our Viewbox now and go to Viewbox properties, and we'll turn drag scrolling on in the vertical direction. So now when we go there and we run this, basically we have a draggable list. When I click on a row, there's the action that we clicked on, and you can see that we've got basically a component or a control that is behaving very much like a list control would have behaved, but we've done it using a Viewbox, which means that it's a much lighter weight control and is very efficient. Thanks very much for watching.